Hi everyone, let's talk about Welcome to. So I absolutely love this game. I'll start this out straight away like that. If you are looking for, a list of people who this game might not be for, or some kind of fair and balanced, or maybe if you're still out there looking for an objective review, I hope you find one day. It will be amazing. But yes, I am just here to talk about how much I love this game. The playthrough is there if you want to make your own mind up and watch how the game is played. But yeah, I love roll and write games. There are tons, and I am very pleased that more and more keep coming out. And I have liked most of the ones that I've played at least. And quite lately, I've been doing quite a few of them. But this is absolutely stands amongst the best. And yeah, we could argue about, is it a roll and write game? Where are the dice? It's a draw and write game technically, but it still fits with the same category of... You've got a little bit more order with cards, haven't you? You're not just going to get the number 15 coming up over and over and over again, which is unlikely with dice, but it's possible, isn't it? That's, I assume, the reason. The abilities and numbers and things are more, balanced. There is a predetermined number of each of them in the deck. So, to start with, it's got all of the different types of scoring. If we grab the player aid, it's got, tons of different powers that you can take that will either affect the way your neighborhood grows in a different way and will lead to you scoring tons of points at the end of the game, hopefully, if you have managed to use them together correctly. It helps that the entire game, including these lovely player aids, are just covered in beautiful art that fit this theme, this kind of 50s welcome to Hill Valley sign kind of thing. Yeah, it's all done very, very beautifully. The theme is put together very, very well for a lot of roll and writes just have absolutely nothing. I really like this idea that we are building up this neighborhood, kind of numbering the houses, and yeah, all of the stuff that like, oh well, we're hiring a landscaper and improving the parks in this street. We are talking to the real estate guy this weekend. We are improving certain neighborhoods. At the end of the day, it is just you could have just abstracted this out, done a Ganshon Clever, and had a really, really enjoyable game. But I think that it works together really well with the theme, and it adds an extra touch to an already great little system. It has, the thing that is... It's very much... It's in a lot of roll and writes where, you have to fill in the numbers from left to right, but you can miss as many out as you want to and hope that you have left the right number of gaps. It's a really fun, simple system, and it always leads to, agonizing decisions towards the end when you realize just how much you have messed up because the numbers that you need just won't come out now. You've only left yourself gaps at the extreme ends of the numbers and they've all gone now, so you have to just watch everybody else fill in things as you just cross everything off because you didn't plan it right, or there are those fantastic times when you somehow predicted how the deck was going to come out perfectly and you end up with this beautiful little neighborhood full of swimming pools and fully formed parks and things. It is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's I tend to like a lot of roll and writes anyway. Recently I went on about how much I enjoyed Ganshon Clever, for example. But this has just got, I think maybe it's down to, we are racing for plans against other players and trying to keep an eye on what, I suppose it depends how many players are in there, whether you are bothered about what other people are doing. But in a game with a reasonable number of players, you can look at, oh wow, they're going for plan number 2 and they are quite close to getting it. So do I need to abandon all of this now and go for one of these other plans instead to get the most bonus points? It's got area majority over the temp workers that you can get. It's got powers that will end up costing you points. The BIS powers that let you clone numbers, really fantastic, but too many and they're going to cost you far more points than you will ever earn from those houses that you cloned. The roundabouts, which are an advanced variant, are yet another layer, a nice advanced thing that you can start splitting streets. So, okay, you can have, in the same street, you can have 2 concurrent running 1 to 15 runs. If you can figure out the best place to put it and maximize your use out of it, because you're going to lose points for doing that as well. And it's got a really nice solo mode as well, where you make one deck out of it and put a kind of timer card in the deck, and you will draw cards from the deck and use, you'll use the power, because you can see the ability that's on the other side from the number side. You use the ability of one card and the number card of another, and then discard the other card, and your timer is the deck. Once you get to the timer card, you flip all the plans over as if they'd been claimed by another player, and then you go through again, and that is the timer for the game. You've got until that deck runs out again. That's a really nice additional thing on top, because it is well, it's not probably the main way that I play them. It is cool having solo modes in roll and writes, because they tend to be incredibly quick, especially when played solo. And yeah, it's just, if you can't get your fix, if there aren't players around at the moment, it's nice to have that option and have a nice little challenge as well, because you can still see how you are best going to build up your neighborhood. But yeah, none of the downtime, and not that there's much downtime anyway, because it's a nice concurrent game where it's the bingo style games where you all have the same things to choose from, and it's about how everyone's going to choose different things most of the time. Not necessarily that you have to, but everyone is going to go down a different path regardless, and you can see along the story of your neighborhood building up, you can see how well it is panning out for the other players, and inevitably when they wish that they'd left a swimming pool open, or they wish they hadn't fenced this thing off, or those times, as I mentioned, when it just works together perfectly and this beautiful street of numbers formed. It's just absolutely fantastic. The playthrough is there for you to see it for yourselves, and I suppose it's going to come down to how much you like roll and write games, really, isn't it? Because this, for me anyway, a combination of all of these different ways of scoring, the nice system of picking a combination of the number and the power at the same time, giving you an extra element rather than just trying to fill in these runs of numbers. You are pulled in the direction of wanting particular powers, and yeah, it's amongst the top roll and write games that I've played. I really, really love Octodice. I think it's between this and Octodice for my favourite at the moment, but it's not time to think about top 10s and things, is it? It's definitely up there anyway. I just want to say, roll and writes for me are fantastic to begin with, for the most part, but this is amongst the best of them, and I would be, even though it's silly to say this when all of the games I like tend to come out in October, I would be very surprised at this point if this doesn't make my top 10 of the year, which is silly to say, really, isn't it, so early? But yeah, I just want to evangelise about this. But it seems to be being talked about everywhere at the moment. It's getting an American release from a game company I can't remember. Is it Deepwater Games? It's something to do with water. It's coming out in America anyway. Blue Cocker publish it in Europe. Hopefully it's going to get everywhere and everyone is going to catch the roll and write bug, because I think this is absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I am at the moment always interested in playing a game of it. But yeah, this, I warned you to begin with, this is just going to be me talking about how much I love this game. And yeah, the playthrough is there though if you want to just make your own mind up, which is what I encourage you to do anyway. I'm just a guy rambling on. But in this case, it's rambling on about how much positivity I can leak out about Welcome To. That probably wasn't the best way of putting it, was it? But anyway, that is Welcome To. Thank you for watching, everyone, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.